Hey everyone. Hey Janelle. Hey Akila T. Hey Aaron. Y'all come on in. Okay, so I'm going live on YouTube and I'm going live on TikTok. I usually don't go live on TikTok, but I was like, I might as well just go live on both, especially since I'm doing my makeup tonight at the same time. We're going to see how this works. I don't know. I'm not the best at multitasking, but we'll see how it goes. Good evening, Natalie. These Love is Blind streets are on fire. I feel like I'm going to have to do like a separate video talking about all the mess going down behind the scenes. Like, I was going to do one, but then I was kind of late. But I'm like, with all this mess coming out, I can barely keep up. I feel like I need y'all to send me everything y'all know, especially like on TikTok, tag me and everything, because I be missing stuff and then I find out late. Thank you, Darkel. Make sure you like the live. Can you like the live on TikTok? I'm not sure how that works. AD needs to step. Oh, girl, we're gonna get to AD. We're gonna get to AD. I'm going to go ahead and apply my primer right now while everybody is still coming in. This is my first time trying this one from KVD Pore Refining Primer. Hey, Pinky, I love the fact that they have old cast members coming to the reunion asking questions. They may ask all the questions we want answered. They might, I don't know. I think it's a little bit much. I feel like they always try to do something a little bit too gimmicky for the reunions. I just have the reunion. What they need to do with the reunion is first get new hosts. They never want to listen to us with that, but it's the truth. They need hosts that know what they're doing. And Nick and Vanessa are too biased, and they always like to ask like all the softball questions, and I don't know. I just don't. I feel like we don't never get down to the nitty gritty when they host things. Like, they get on my nerves, really. Hey T, welcome to the live. Okay. I think I'm gonna let people come in for like 5 more minutes and then we'll get started. Okay, my mirror. I gotta be able to see. Even with the former cast asking questions, they're not gonna ask the right stuff either. They're going to want to be on their good side too. Like, nobody's really gonna get to the nitty-gritty. Now, I will say I saw the trailer for the reunion, and so it does seem like they're going to question Trevor on the fact that he had a girlfriend this entire time. And I heard Trevor is especially scandalous because not only did Trevor do Love is Blind, but I heard he did The Perfect Match as well, allegedly. And he had a girlfriend the entire time. And so he really didn't break up with her until The Perfect Match. I guess maybe he met somebody on there and, actually wants to date them for real. But I thought that was so scandalous. Hopefully they address all of that because it really needs to be exposed. It really needs to be like, y'all need to show people that are coming on this show, y'all are not going to get away with this. Like, you are going to get exposed. Like, don't y'all realize Love is Blind fans or Inspector Gadget. Like, come on now. And then your girlfriend not gonna let you get away with it. I saw someone on Twitter say they need to have the audience ask questions. It's exactly like, if you don't want to get your hands dirty, if it's that deep where you can't do your job and ask the questions everybody wants to know, exactly. Let the audience ask them. Get some messy audience members and let them ask all the questions y'all too scary to ask. That just proves how scary Nick. Exactly. Because I know it's some people in the audience that would love to get up there and call these people out. You know what I'm saying? Didn't they do that one time before where they had somebody get up there and ask questions? I don't know. I think maybe I'm making that up. I could be making it up. I don't. But I feel like it was one time where they did that. Do you think Lauren and Cameron will give us a baby? Please. You sound just like Vanessa. And this is no shade to the person that left that comment, but you just don't know what people are going through in their relationship. You know, we don't know if they are trying to have a baby. They could be trying to have a baby and struggling with some sort of infertility issue. Maybe they don't want children right now. Maybe they never want children. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like that question is a little bit more invasive than people give it credit for. You know what I'm saying? You can't just willy-nilly. Some people can't willy-nilly just get pregnant or have a baby. It seems like everybody is on the show for clout now. Exactly. Because everybody knows that that's like instant followers. But what I don't understand is, like, if you're a villain, like, yeah, if what Trevor did worked out, if what Trevor did, is his name? I'm saying right name, right? Trevor, the one that had the dog named Lauren. If what he did actually worked out, you know, he could have had a little following. He could have had like people rooting for him. You know what I'm saying? So I kind of understand why he did it, especially if he did want clout from it. But why were you not single? At least break up with your girlfriend. Dang. At least make sure she's in on it or something. Slide her a little money, something. If you gonna play it like that. I'm not understanding why they can't ask the hard questions. They just scary. Like somebody else said in the comments. Trevor looks like he needs to get dragged. He deserves to get dragged because he had everybody fooled, including me. I feel bad for him. We sitting up here going in on Chelsea for him, saying how she did him so dirty. Oh, you could have had you a good man if you got with Trevor. Psych. I think the newer seasons of Love is Blind rushed to have a baby to capitalize off of it, because it's funny how season 1 don't have kids, but everyone else popped them out. True. I mean, look, the people that are together and married, if you're married, I don't see anything wrong with y'all popping out kids, even though it does seem a little early, but that's y'all's decision. If you think you're ready, if you think that's your time, if you're married, I can't be mad at that. I really can't. But if I just met somebody, whether we married or not, I would want to spend a little bit more time with them before I just have a baby. But I think that's crazy to say, seeing as you met someone you knew for a month. So, you know, different rules. Do you think Brittany and Kenneth have talked since they broke up? I don't think so. I don't think so. I wouldn't want to. I hope not. If I were Brittany, I would never give him the time of day again. He would never have to worry about me no more. At this point, love not only is blind, love is pain. Love gout. Love needs a hysterectomy and a 10-chapter course on contraceptives. Love is tired of everyone's shiggity. Gout took me out, okay? Anyway, let's go ahead and let's get started with this last episode. What do y'all think about Jimmy? Because there are some people that are really sticking up for Jimmy in the comments and saying that everybody was wrong about Jimmy and that he's actually a good guy, and Chelsea, turned out to be the villain in their relationship and all that. And honestly, I do think I was a little bit harder on Jimmy than maybe I should have been. But I don't think that Jimmy is this innocent lamb that everybody is giving him credit for, because I don't know, the way that he manipulates the situation, the way he presents certain things in their relationship, like even that last conversation when he was like asking her, well, how do you feel about going to the altar? And she's like pouring her heart out and talking about how much she cares about him. And, we had our ups and downs, but I think we're ready. And then even that full day, she said they went on this great date and they had this great time together. And you wait until the end of that day to then shut her all the way down after she professes her love for you to say, well, I don't think we're ready. Like, I feel like that is not a nice guy thing to do. I feel like Jimmy definitely thinks he's a good guy. I think he thinks he's an excellent guy. But exactly, Jimmy is emotionally dishonest. I totally get that from Jimmy. Because I feel like the entire time he knows, oh my God. I feel like the entire time he knew that he did not want to be with Chelsea. He even told Jessica that she was still his number one. And, he wasn't attracted to her, but he kept talking about how much she was beautiful and everything. I just don't think he believes any of that. It just did not ring true to me. Jimmy is a goofy, but Chelsea makes him look like an angel. Yeah, and that's the thing. Like, I feel like sometimes we have to realize that two things can be true at the same time. Chelsea can be manipulative, but Jimmy can as well. Like, just because hers is more overt, I'm not going to ignore the things that Jimmy does. Just like when he asked if she wanted him to change how he interacts with his female friends, just to say he ain't doing exactly. Like, I'm like, that is not a cool way of presenting that. You know what I'm saying? Like, even if that's a question you really wanted the answer to. I'm sorry, y'all. I have to get serious when I do my liner. Even if that's a serious question you wanted the answer to, you could have just simply said, look, we just need to have a serious conversation about my friends, my female friends. Do you really, you really need to understand I'm close with these people. And if you can't handle that, then we need to go from there. But I'm not giving up my friends. It's just like, I don't know, the way he sets certain things up, he does it in a jerk way. Oh, I have a super chat. Okay. Thank you, Tommy Smith, for the $1.99. I think Jessica is fake and a clout chase. I do, y'all. I do too. That's another unpopular opinion that I have. Jessica, I don't even think Jessica really wanted Jimmy. I don't even think she really liked Jimmy. She just wanted to be on the show, child. Especially after seeing him and knowing how that she wasn't attracted to him. Oh, I could just, his voice is enough alone. Jimmy's voice was enough. What do y'all hear when y'all hear Jimmy? Like, cause Jimmy voice, I don't know. Like, some people's voices are deep and strong and soothing, and they have those radio voices. But I could even say that about Clay. Y'all, I know Clay. I don't like Clay either, but his voice, if I heard his voice, it would kind of, I don't know. She should have told him in the beginning. I totally agree. Like, the fact that she held that child thing, that's extremely you want to talk about manipulative? For you to wait to tell somebody that you've had a child, and that's happened to me in real life, and it's devastating. For me to have involved my feelings with you, you held this secret the entire time and you didn't let me know. And I'm not calling her deadbeat, but it gives deadbeat. You know what I'm saying? Like, people that are proud parents, they don't hide the fact that they have children. They let you know straight up. They'll be on their phone somewhere. They're going to let you know, okay, I had to get a babysitter for tonight. They're going to post them all over their page. Like, they're, most people, most good parents, most single parents do that. Ding, 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 I wasn't buying, Jessica. How you going to be looking for marriage and then go mess with Harry? Yeah. So she was on Perfect Match too, huh? OMG, I haven't seen you in forever. I need to put you on notification. Please do. I feel like TikTok be playing with me. I don't know. If y'all don't follow me on TikTok, it's lavitarosa_. Make sure you follow me. But yeah, I definitely think that TikTok be playing with me, and definitely turn on my notifications, because I feel like my videos don't show up for my followers. But thank you. Okay, y'all. So I had to hold my breath to do my lashes. I'm so sorry. She was on Perfect Match. That's why she took 2 days. And then remember when she got when they finished the whole pod part of the show, she was like she had to take 2 days before she went to her child. I don't know. She's definitely here for TV though. Like, she's definitely here for TV. She never gave genuine to me. So that doesn't shock me that she did Perfect Match. That's right down her alley. And I'd rather her do a show like Perfect Match than Love is Blind, because the premise of Love is Blind is you get married at the end. And so you're marrying this person you've only known for like a month or two. And if you're going to marry somebody, obviously y'all going to move in, and this person is going to be around your child. And I don't know, like, that makes me uncomfortable, because you don't know who this man is as a husband, let alone someone that is suitable. Ooh. Oh no. Yeah. That made me so mad, y'all. Let alone being around children, you know what I'm saying? And as a mother, you have to protect your child. It's one thing to put yourself around somebody. I mean, look at Risa Tisa. Look at what happened to Risa Tisa and that whole situation with her ex-husband. Imagine if she would have had a child in that situation. You know what I'm saying? You see how messed up Clay is from the things his parents did. Like, sometimes you have to make sacrifices for your children. It's not just about you anymore. We need you to teach Amy about how to do her eyeliner be messed up. I don't even be paying attention. I ruined so many shirts with make. Oh my God. And I told myself, I was like, I'm not even going to put on a cute outfit or the thing I'm actually going to wear because I just knew that was going to happen. But I was like, no, I want to get on live and be cute. And look what happened. How do you need a break from your daughter? And you already been gone for weeks. Exactly. And then on top of that, you was acting like, oh, I miss her so much. Like, come on now. Y'all, this live is all over the place. Usually I like to have it a little bit more structured, but we just talking. Anyway, let me get back to Jimmy and Chelsea. I really just think that Chelsea is, somebody says she's emotionally abusive, and I could totally see that. And you know, with her trying to isolate Jimmy from his friends, like even though that situation, you know, it's a little awkward. The fact that he's messed around with one of his friends before, but he was honest and straight up with you. He didn't hide it. He let you know up front. You acted like you was okay with it until Mad Day came, and then you want to come and put him on blast, put her on blast. And I thought that was so immature. And I wasn't even mad at Jimmy for calling her out about that because you're still friends with your ex. If you FaceTime your ex, I don't care how close y'all are. If you FaceTime your ex the night we get back from our little, I guess, pseudo honeymoon, he's supposed to be okay with that. But you get mad because he's texting his friend. And I do think she was really trying to embarrass that girl. Cause she has this thing about being in competition with women, and nobody can't tell me any different. Chelsea went to my high school. Did she act like that in high school? I know she got married when she was really young. That's why they don't need people with kids to audition, because it's kind of scary if you think about it. I totally agree. She gaslighted him several times. I was exhausted listening to her. Mm-hmm. And like I said, Jimmy ain't no angel, but her behavior was completely out of line. Thank you so much, Mega Million, for the $10 super chat. Chelsea was giving insecure and clingy from the moment she lied about looking like Megan Fox. If he had broken up with her after the reveal, they would have eaten him up. He was playing a role. I see where you're coming from with that. I see where you're coming from with that. My only thing is, it's supposed to be Love is Blind. Clay, who acts like this is a shock every time they talk about marriage. Like this is the sixth season of the show. This is Love is Blind, and you're supposed to be able to look past the looks. That's the whole point. So I would have been a little upset that she didn't look like Megan Fox, because you know you just straight up was deceptive about that. But I also heard that he said that he looked like a certain athlete, and when I saw the athlete, I didn't see the resemblance. So I was kind of like touche. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. I saw that athlete. I'm like, Jimmy, you don't look like him either. Can somebody put it in the chat what athlete he said he looked like? I don't keep up with sports like that. Jimmy's face at the reveal said it all. He definitely didn't say Travis Kelce. You know, come on now. If he would have said that, both of them deserve to be clowned. Mick Afraid. Let me look it up. Mick McCaffrey? How you say that? Okay, let me see if I could pull up this tab so y'all can see who I'm talking about. Not David Beckham. He better not have said David Beckham. Like you really tripping in. Let me see. That's who he said he looked like. What do y'all think? Christian McCaffrey? Somebody said Jimmy is Delulu, okay? If Chelsea can say Megan Fox, he can say Beckham. He's just as delusional. Older brother, perhaps. It's a reach. That's what I said. I was like, okay, like you said you look like this man, and I don't see it. I don't see it. Now, that could just be me. You know, I definitely don't think Chelsea looked like well now I ain't gonna lie, somebody put Chelsea's face on a different head. I'm not gonna say whose head because I'm not trying to clown her, but they put her face on a different head, and it did give Megan Fox. So she does have similar features to Megan Fox, but you know what you're doing when you say, oh, people say I look like Megan Fox. He looking for an exact replica or something similar. And you know most of your features do not match hers. Let me find out he put a Chelsea on. Exactly. It's the head shape. He looked like Joe Biden. He do look like Joe. You talking about Jimmy, right? Jimmy does look like Joe Biden. That's crazy. Somebody said Jimmy looks like the dad from Finding Nemo. Oh my God. Now, I'm not trying to roast Jimmy. I'm not. But we got to be honest. We got to be honest about some things around here. If she lied, you lied too. You knew what you was doing. You heard her say Megan Fox, and you wanted to make her feel like you look good too. So you went over here and you said you look like this. Is it a football player, soccer player? Let me get him off the screen. I don't even know who that is. Oh, he's a football player. Okay. Jimmy gonna look like his daddy? Pretty much. She wanted him to get his EpiPen to figure out she. Anyway, I don't know. I just feel like he did make the best decision for them though, because they didn't belong together. They was doing all this fussing and fighting. Every time you turn around, they hollering and screaming and arguing, and it's just it wasn't working out. And then he gets mad when she said that Amy and Johnny had the strongest relationship. Was he lying? They the only ones who made it down the aisle. That didn't make any sense to me why he had a problem with that. It's like, duh. Yeah, Jimmy definitely did the right thing. I'm not mad at Jimmy for, breaking it off. It's the way he did it, and he waited to the last minute too. Like, I really feel like if you was gonna wait that long, you might as well went through with the wedding. No, I just wanted to see the fireworks because Chelsea would not hesitate to act a fool. You already know Chelsea gonna put on a show. So I'm low-key mad we missed out on that. But he was not wrong for leaving her because she was really controlling or trying to be. And that was not gonna work out in the long run. Jimmy looks like every other white man down here in Georgia. Just the South. Jimmy needs a beard. We did not need to see Chelsea running away from the altar. I heard they're still together. Oh, I did see a video of them still together. I did. Well, I don't know if they're still together, but they was at a restaurant eating. And you know they like to be friends with their exes, so we don't know. They might just be friends. You know what I'm saying? But they just need to leave each other alone, child. No point in still hanging out, doing all that. Y'all are toxic. But Jimmy got the big, please. Please. Did you watch Natalie and Deep Sea's podcast? Both of them are equally annoying. Never liked them on the show. I don't know. Like, they do get on my nerves. I ain't gonna lie. Now, on their season, I felt bad for them. I do feel like they were done dirty. But I do feel like they do a bit much. I feel like, especially Deep Sea, I feel like she just wants to be seen. I would never tune into their podcast because I just know I would immediately be annoyed. There's nothing that they can say that I want to hear. Like, I don't want to hear their opinion on anything. Jimmy knew she was going to act a fool, so he had to do the breakup in public. Exactly. Oh my God. As many times as I feel like he's been wanting to break up with her, but he was just nervous about how she would react. Okay, so let's just go ahead. No, before we get to Clay and AD, because I was gonna go to Clay and AD, but let's talk about Amy and Johnny before we go to them. Because I feel like there's not much to say. A lot of people didn't even want to watch their little segment. I didn't see. The whole birth control thing is a little weird to me. But then somebody was like, I don't know how true this is or if this is just a theory, but they were like, the only reason why they played up that birth control storyline is because her dad is very conservative and they didn't want it to be known that they were getting it on. And so they, went along with this little storyline. I don't know how true that is, but that would be my only concern with them. And also, I forgot, they had that money discrepancy. Like, he wants to save money and she wants to enjoy her money. And I think he just has like this poverty trauma and never wants to go back to that point in his life. So that's why he's so strict with money. Amy and Johnny snooze. Do you think they will stay together? I don't know, y'all. I don't know. When you think about their issues, that's something that breaks up couples all the time. Finances and children and things like that. I don't know. I would want them to work out. I've been seeing a lot of people saying like North Carolina is the worst place to date. I've been seeing that a lot in my comments. I feel like everywhere is a bad place to date at this point. Because every time they have a Married at First Sight season, people say the same thing. In every city. Somebody said Georgia is the worst. Johnny is preparing for doomsday, and I think that stems from his childhood, and it makes him anxious. And I could see. I don't think it's a bad thing, but I also can see her point of, what's the point of me earning all this money if I'm not going to enjoy it. But yeah, they did have a cute little ceremony. It seems like their families will mesh well. And yeah, that's pretty much all I have to say about it. I wish them well. I hope they do make it. But if they don't, I also won't be surprised about that either. I mean, the success rate for this show is very low. Amy's parents were so sweet. They were. Especially her dad. You could tell that's his little angel. All right, y'all. So let's get to the main event. Let's talk about Clay and AD. The Mess Express. Clay's mom was MVP. She was. Hey, Tyrondo. If my fiance says okay body as I'm walking up to him, I've only ever heard him compliment her body. Like, you know how everybody was objectifying her at the beginning of this season, like Jimmy calling her stacked and Laura bean dipping her, and what else happened? Just like, I don't know. It was just like everybody was just constantly oogling her. And for her fiance to, I don't know, he didn't sound any different than they did. Like, he constantly only looked at her body, only complimented her body. Like, especially on her wedding day, the least you could do is say, you look beautiful, you look amazing, you look like the woman of my dreams. Like, okay, body. Didn't even help her up the steps. You got that ish on. At a what? The groom to the bride. Oh yeah, I just messed this dress all the way up. I just messed it all the way up. I just rubbed this all over my dress, y'all. It's cooked. I'm toast. Gotta find something else. But anyway, you would have thought he was talking to one of his groomsmen. You got that ish on, no? All AD was doing was giving him therapy. Clay said they never talked about finance. How did they not talk about that? Sounding like IG replies at the altar. Exactly. Exactly. When he said I could work with I would have left. There's so many times where Clay opened his mouth and I would have just walked away. Like that none of that shook you, none of that brought you back to reality. Like, oh my goodness. And okay, so let's get to the finance thing because that threw me off too. I'm like, that sounds like something that you are using as an excuse because have y'all had that conversation? It doesn't sound like you were too pressed about her finances before, but now all of a sudden it's such a big deal. Y'all can't get married. Why didn't y'all talk about it? Was she being evasive or did you just not ask? Clay talks to AD like she's one of his bros, not his girlfriend. Also, why AD never checked people, always talking about her body. Maybe she was uncomfortable. Maybe she just didn't want to come off as like aggressive or the angry black woman because that's easy on a show like this. So I'm not even gonna get on her about not checking people, but they just shouldn't have been doing it in the first place. If she was his dream girl, he wouldn't care about finances. If you're getting married, I feel like it's fair to discuss finances because that's like one of the number one reasons for divorce. Like, I think that's very important to talk about finances, but I just don't think that's why. He just didn't want to be with her anyway. When the philandering daddy walked in, let me tell you something. Clay, I feel like Clay is not even his own person because he's probably tried to spend his whole life trying to be like his dad and emulate his dad. Because even when he was talking to his dad, you could tell he was trying to mirror his dad and try to be as suave. And I saw somebody in here say he wasn't even as suave or as charismatic as, he said he was. And I agree. The dad wasn't even as smooth as, he tried to portray him to be. I've seen much smoother. Okay. But you could tell that his dad probably was living vicariously through him, not just with track, but just in general. Like, you could tell he does everything to, try to live up to his dad or please his dad because his dad just never gave him what he needed emotionally. So he would do everything he could to get anything that he could from his dad. Because for him to say that was the deepest conversation that him and his dad had ever had, and that's the most that his dad had ever poured into him, I'm just like, his dad didn't even say anything worth saying. Like, your mother is dropping gems left and right. That's who you need to be listening to, not your, like somebody said, philandering dad. Like, come on now. You could tell he don't know any better. And that's not to excuse anything that Clay did because Clay was trifling and we'll get more into that, but you could see exactly where it came from. He didn't have no good example. All that fake smiling. The dad was underwhelming. He didn't look completely comfortable speaking to his father. Because I was watching it with my boyfriend, and he was saying you could tell that they don't have like real conversations. He didn't even feel comfortable talking to his dad for real. Clay and his dad always using excuses of why they're trifling. Yep, because he was trying to prepare AD before he cheated. Talking about, always talking about, oh, I'm so scared, I'm gonna cheat, I'm so scared. That's probably what you call it did to Clay's mama. For all we know, he probably taken from that same playbook. Clay gives used car salesman. Clay doesn't seem comfortable with his mom either. I could see that too. I mean, look at the secret that he was made to keep from his mom for all these years. Imagine how much that weighed on him, especially as a child. Like his dad is so sick for what he did to Trey, the position Clay, he's so trifling for the position that he put him in, because that could have affected the relationship that he had with his mom. That could be a reason why they're not close. His mom is embarrassed. Exactly. Oh, and that's another thing. You could tell that the mom didn't find out about none of this until it was on TV. Now, look, I'm all about being honest and real and telling your truth. But if your mama did not know about that cheating and the fact that you've been on those infidelity trips with your father, national television where millions of people are going to hear that is not the first place she needs to know about that. And I don't think he revealed it on camera. He probably did tell her, about it so she wouldn't be shocked. And you could tell that she knew about it when she was talking to Clay's father. She didn't explicitly say that, but you could tell he probably told her at some point. But I don't know, just to put all her stuff out there like that, he just wasn't protecting his mom either. The same way he didn't protect AD. Like when she was cold, he didn't give her his jacket. He didn't help her up the steps at the wedding. Like he doesn't protect the women in his life. And that's a big red flag. I need a protector. You claim you want to be a protector, well, protect. His mom needs an advice show. She was so clear and honest. That was the best part of this episode, when the mother just completely broke it all the way down to the father. Like, this is your fault. He did not see an example of a good relationship because of you constantly stepping out. This is your fault. And you need to have a real conversation with him where you take full accountability and you don't make excuses and here he go making an excuse. Well, I didn't have my daddy in my life. You're 60. I'm sorry, you can't use that as an excuse anymore. At some point, you're going to have to take responsibility for your decisions. And yes, that's messed up. A lot of us didn't grow up without a father. But we can't use that as a crutch. Clay wants to be a baby girl. He wants to be baby so bad. And 80 was just so happy to be that for him. That was so embarrassing. The father taught Clay to lie and be deceitful at an early age, and he's suffering the consequences now. Yep. Clay's dad, weird sports metaphors. Exactly. His dad just speaks in cliches, never really saying anything. Just one big cliche. Mama looking like Negro. My ex's dad did the same thing and took him to the other women's homes while he cheated on his wife. That is so sick. I'm sorry. That's sick. That's sick. And in that way, I do have some empathy for Clay in that way, because I can't imagine. Because not only are you betraying his mother, you're involving the child in it and forcing him to have to participate in one way or another, whether he tells and possibly breaks y'all up, or it drives a wedge and he feels like that's his fault, or whether he doesn't. Kids repeat what they see. That's exactly. But if he didn't say anything, exactly what happened, and it's something that's been growing inside of him for all of these years, and you could tell that it's been killing him to hold that secret. His dad is like Hobby Lobby vibes. What? From Izzy's house, but sports from okay. Sometimes the kid is better off with the dad not around. I didn't say it, you did. AD was really shocked. Just like AD said in the beginning of the season, she said she'll see a red flag and she'll paint her nails red to match. This man gave you every reason not to take him seriously. Every time y'all turn around, he's, I just hope I don't cheat. I just hope I don't cheat. As if it's hereditary, as if this is something that runs through his blood. Like, I just don't, how are you shocked? And then she still didn't learn anything from that, because she was like, at the end, she was like, there's nothing he could have done or said to make me have changed my answer at that altar. So it's like, girl, you didn't learn nothing either, did you? Like, I don't want to go in on AD, because I do feel like that's a problem that she struggles with. You know what I'm saying? Because she even said it. She has a problem with choosing the same guy over and over and over and over and over. And obviously, if you're even giving Clay a chance, especially after what he said about not being able to fall in love without seeing somebody, if you're giving Matt, of all people, a chance, everybody else except for Amber saw something wrong with Matt except for you. Yeah. And then, spoiler alert, I just saw a video of them where they were still together for Thanksgiving. And she was hanging out with his family for Thanksgiving. They were all together. Even after he publicly humiliated you. Cause see, I still, have some sympathy, but it's like, even after everything that he did, you still ain't learned. You still have not learned. AD rolled hard for Laura, but not herself. You went in on Sarah. What's her name? Sarah. I kept calling her Stacy. Sarah Ann. You went in on Sarah Ann. It's giving pick me. I hate to say that, but it is. The fact that she was still hugging and kissing him after everything. I mean, this man, I went back and watched it because I just wanted to see how he was acting at the altar. This man knew the entire time that his answer was going to be no. But when she came up and they were doing all that, hey, okay, buddy. He's grinning and skinning and grinning all up in her face. When she's pouring her heart out with these vows, saying, how, trying to profess her undying love for him, he just, only for him to shut her down the way he did. And I don't understand why he's sitting up here like, I just can't with good conscience say, yes, I'm not ready to be anybody's husband. And he's steady holding her. I would have snatched my hands back so quick. Sometimes we got to know our worth. He had a creepy smile breaking over. Exactly. He knew what he was about to do, and he still was smiling all in her face. He didn't have any sort of apprehensive look, like he was about to feel bad for what he was about to do. She almost made me cry when she said that she is never worth it. And honestly, the reason why you're in this situation is because you keep choosing people that don't value you because you don't value yourself. That's what it boils down to. Because there's no way you should allow somebody to treat you like that. Because most people, even if they'll do something like this behind closed doors, they'll at least have enough pride and dignity to not let that person have the satisfaction on national television. But she's still willing to. It's sad. Such a bad look, embarrassing. When AD gets a real man, she will be so embarrassed. I said the same thing in my review. Like, if she ever gets strong enough to leave, or, you know, if he inevitably leaves her, if she ever comes across a good man that actually loves her, she's gonna be so embarrassed. She's gonna feel this embarrassment retroactively after putting up with all of what he put her through. Yes, they were hugged up afterwards. Clay ain't even cute, but you think Clay isn't even cute, but to AD, Clay is Denzel. Well, let me not use Denzel Washington. Morris Chestnut. No, Clay is why am I drawing a blank? I can't think of the fine men of today. In her eyes, he's one of the finest men. You know what I'm saying? Definitely page 2.0. I posted that on my story because somebody posted a side-by-side of Clay and AD and Chris and Paige. And I feel like in an alternate universe, if Chris, I really do feel like, this is my thought process, if Chris didn't have a pre-existing relationship with whoever that his fiance, and they had that whole baby scare or whatever, if he wasn't attached in any way to any other woman, I feel like he would have done Paige the exact same way Clay did AD. I feel like the only reason why he didn't keep going, because he did sleep with Paige, if y'all remember. But I feel like the only reason why he didn't keep going is because he had somebody at home that he felt looked better. He looked like Professor Ogilvy. Are y'all saying not Professor Ogilvy? Thank you. Not Professor Ogilvy. Y'all, I don't know why they just tickle me. And she showed running behind him like Nikki. Professor Ogilvy. The thing is, I feel like Clay is one of those people, if he had a different personality, if he was actually a sweet guy, if he was actually one of those people that, you know, let me think of a good example. If he was like Brett, because think about it. If he was like Brett from Love is Blind, the one that's married to Tiffany, and he treated AD like a queen, we wouldn't be so focused in on his looks. You know what I'm saying? It just would be like, oh, because he's not an ugly guy at all. So if he had a better personality, if you treated her better, we probably wouldn't even mention his looks too much. You know, we probably just say, oh, they're a cute couple. But it's because you have the nerve to act like that and you're not, it's not like you're a 10, you know what I'm saying? I think that's why people say what they say about Clay, because he's not ugly. It's just his personality that is. But he do kind of look like Professor Oakley. Y'all wrong for if someone acts like that, they are immediately unattractive. Exactly. Because I feel like Brett could teeter that line too. Like if Brett, let's say Brett treated Tiffany the way that Clay is treating AD this season, we would be saying the same thing about Brett. Oh, he ain't even that cute. We'll be saying the same thing because of his personality. But because he has this, nice, handsome, he has a handsome personality. You know what I'm saying? He's charming, he treats her right, he wants to pay the bills, he wants to, treat her like a queen. That automatically makes you more attractive. I'm still mad about Professor Ogilvy. Anyway, Clay is a colorist, in my opinion. When he asked her about her looks, it was code for I want an ambiguous girl. I'm late. This may have been discussed. He could be. I wouldn't put that past him. Like, I really wouldn't put it past him. You know what I'm saying? Brett is more elegant and put together. Yeah, he's more on the grown man tip. I think that's who he was talking about, who Clay was talking about when he said he was watching the previous season and he felt inadequate. I think he might have been talking about Brett because that was the last season, wasn't it? No, that wasn't. I'm thinking that's the season he was watching because I think they film stuff back to back. I don't know, y'all. Uh-oh. Okay. Anybody watching on TikTok, y'all can come join me on YouTube for whatever. I didn't know you could only film for or be on live for so long, but they're about to cut my live. So if y'all are in here and y'all still want to be a part of the live, just go to my page and click on the little Instagram icon. I think it'll bring you to YouTube, but I'm going to have to jump off here because they're going to cut it off anyway. But shout out to everybody that's here. And we can finish up on YouTube. Oh, okay. I think it was season 4. Okay. Y'all heard about Clay's supposed ex leaking messages. To me, it looks like she was left on red and she got mad. Child, don't nothing surprise me with these men anymore. That really is a Chris and Paige situation if that's what went down. Next thing you know, she gonna be pregnant. Oh, he was with a white woman too? That doesn't shock me. That doesn't shock me at all. That's really sad. Clay would have did an ambiguous girl wrong. He needs to take time. I agree. I really, if he's colorist, I could believe he's colorist. I could believe all of that, but I still feel like he's gonna do any woman he gets with dirty, regardless. Why was he on the show? Exactly. Every 2 seconds talking about, oh, we don't have to worry about the timeline. Oh, it's too soon for us to get married. You knew what show you was coming on. He got on my nerves with that every time we turn around. Oh, looks are important to me. Oh, it's too soon for us to get married. Oh, I feel like I'm gonna cheat if we get married. Why are you here? Just playing with people's emotions. Clay definitely expected something different because AD's voice probably threw him off. No, not a hot date. Maybe he was the person Trevor was talking about on the plane that did not intend to get married. I could see that. Trevor said that. Trevor had the nerve to say that. We know you didn't truly intend to get married. Like, you trying to put somebody else on blast? I cannot. I want to know why we didn't see Matthew at the meetup when we saw Mackenzie and the other black woman who didn't date anyone. Right. Maybe Matthew didn't want to show up. Maybe he was embarrassed. He did leave early. Remember, he left early to go find that girl because Amber also wasn't there. But I saw that Amber and AD, they did like a little TikTok together. So it's funny because everybody was in the comments was like, we're just glad you're safe. Because he did say he was going to go look for her. So everybody was just glad. They was concerned about her safety. Clay acted like he accidentally. Exactly. He acted like this is not the 6th season of this show. He acted like he just stumbled into this show on the 1st season. Get out of here. Get on my nerves with that. He wants to be babied at all times. He wants to play like that aloof character. Like, you're not. Come on now. You know better. You knew what you was doing. Matthew had to go back to his changing station. He had to go back to his changing station. Who do you think got together after the show? Honestly, I don't want to be surprised because, first of all, I know several of them or a few of them did Perfect Match. So I wouldn't be surprised if they hook up with other people from other seasons or other people from other shows on Netflix. Clay and AD were together on December 6th. It's sad, y'all. I just don't even know what else to say about that, to be honest. It's embarrassing, especially after watching all this play out on TV. That's very embarrassing. The Netflix multiverse. Exactly. Talking about he never seen the show. If he like, let's say you really have not seen the show, why would you come on a show you've never seen? You ain't gonna do any kind of research. You just gonna come on a show and get married to a stranger and not know what it entails. Get out of here. Ugh. But I'm gonna go ahead before we get off of here, and I'm not gonna put it on the screen because I don't want to get a copyright strike. But I'm gonna watch the reunion trailer and kind of give y'all like a first reaction from it. Let me see. We could talk about the trailer real quick.
This line has given us real connections, real heartbreak.
She's honestly the love of my life, and I did make a mistake.
And real questions.
Hold on, y'all.
This season
Let me make sure I heard that right.
Given us real connections, real heartbreak.
She's honestly the love of my life, and I did make a mistake.
There's AD breathing hard. I'm telling you right now, even if I got back with this man, even if we have been together ever since that day at the altar, I'm stunning on him at the reunion. You're not embarrassing me at the altar, and we get to the reunion, and I'm sitting up here and holding your hand, and we together. I knew that was going to happen. I knew it. I knew it. I knew she was still going to be with him. I knew it. She's the love of my life. That's the way you treat the love of your life. But that's her, like, she keeps setting herself up for failure. I'm not going to sit up here and be more mad than she is. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to sit up here and have more to say about him than she does. Low self-esteem. It's really sad. And like I said, I saw that video of her still being with him around Thanksgiving and being with his family. Too easily flattered. Because he hasn't put in any work. It's all words. Like, that's one thing that I noticed with him. He's good with talking a little bit. Like, he's really not even as good as he thinks he is. Because it's so disingenuous. You can see straight through it. But he never actually puts any action behind anything he says.
And real questions. I've never stayed up till 5 a.m. just chatting.
They're going to go in on Sarah Ann. I could tell AD opened the door when she went off on her. And now everybody at the reunion going to jump on that. I can already tell. And why is Laura not there in person? I mean, at least she Skyped in, but I need for everybody to be there in person. Everybody. Now, it does. I'm glad that what's his name? Kenneth and Brittany. I'm glad they're both there because he needs to answer for everything that he did, even though I feel like they still ain't gonna ask him the right questions. It seems like everybody is there. I think I've seen it. I saw everybody's face. Except for Matt. But who really wants to see him? Sarah and the Patriot. Well, if she like it, I love it. Laura will drag Sarah Ann via Zoom. I mean, I'm not mad, even though you were encouraging Jessica to go holler at Jimmy. You were. And then this turned around and happened to you. So hopefully you learned your lesson from that. But Kenneth was very disappointing. I just didn't see that coming from him. And I'm not even mad that maybe he got in person, he realized that she wasn't the one, or maybe he wasn't attracted to her, or whatever it was. But the way he handled that was very trifling, and kind of just like gaslit her and made it seem like it was all her fault when she didn't even do anything. My bad, y'all. Like, he was the one acting funny the whole time, always in his phone. They're having these long, awkward moments. You're not even trying to fill in the silence with anything, even though y'all are strangers. Y'all don't know each other. Y'all could be asking each other questions, but you're sitting up here being very standoffish. They'll be asking them viewer questions for once. Good. So maybe we'll actually get down to the nitty gritty. Since you're scared to ask on your own, maybe do like Andy Cohen does at the Housewives reunions and write down the messy questions and act like it's somebody from a different state asking it, because I fully believe Andy writes majority of those questions himself, or somebody messy behind the scenes is writing those questions and they're putting somebody else's name on it. But I don't mind as long as the question is being asked. Okay, if you're too scared to ask it from your own mouth, then act like the viewers are asking it. They're going to have to take Kenneth's phone for the reunion. And they need to dig into the questions. Don't just ask it and move on to the next question. Exactly. We need some follow-up questions as well. Okay, let me just finish this trailer.
Hey girl, you're the pick-me girl. You're a clown.
The reunion with
I don't care what Sarah Ann says. You look bad, and you getting up there trying to defend it. You just look like you want to be the poster child for every side chick in America, and you're not gonna win that way, honey. You just might as well come up there and be apologetic. You coming up there all combative. Wait, who all is this? Okay, I don't recognize all of these people. Who is this pregnant? I do not recognize these people, y'all. I don't recognize them. I don't know who that is. Somebody pregnant. I don't know. I do know. I think it's Gianna. Oh, that's Gianna. Oh, she looks different without blonde hair. Okay, I didn't recognize her. So she's pregnant. Is this her man? Because I don't recognize him. It looks like they brought back couples from past seasons in different franchises. Okay, because I know Alexa and her lap dog. Okay, that is them. She's pregnant too, ain't she? Oh, he's from The Bachelor. I was about to say, I know I don't recognize him. Okay, why the baby daddy there? Exactly. Well, we don't know him. I mean, shoot. Okay. She's with the guy from The Bachelor. Well, he don't need to be on here because you were not on Love Is Blind. Like, kudos to y'all for being together. Congratulations on the baby. But I don't know him. Yep, Bliss is pregnant. Okay, let me finish watching.
surprise guests you won't want to miss.
Okay, Brett and Tiffany. Hold on, let me find it.
Surprise guests you won't.
Oh, they look so cute. They look so cute. I love it. Yeah, Bliss, Giannina, and Alexa are pregnant. A live audience for the reunion is very interesting. Didn't they have that before? That was for the live reunion though. I don't know. Oh, wait. Who is that?
Not an option.
I'm sorry, y'all.
Surprise guests you won't want to miss.
Okay, they got that bald head man from last season. The one who had the bad credit score. Okay, and I don't know who that is sitting next to him. Izzy, yeah, Izzy. Micah and Izzy. Okay, that's Micah. Micah look good. That's Micah? Well, I'm not gonna say Micah looks better. I didn't even recognize that. Did she get a little doop? I didn't even recognize her. Whatever she did is working. It looks good. I just didn't recognize her at all. Like, oh my goodness. Izzy just looks happy to be there. He does. Okay, he just probably getting a little check from it, so he probably happy about that as well. You know, Izzy, he also seemed like somebody that did it for this clout for the show. You know, he wants the followers and things like that. So yeah, I could see that. I think Micah got something done to her face. Yeah, because I barely recognize her. Like, she definitely got something done. I don't know what it was because I don't know all the procedures. All I know is like Botox, lip fillers, you know, things like that. But I don't know what exactly she had done. But she looked different. Probably because Izzy and Micah are on Perfect Match. Okay, I can see that. That makes sense why they're there. They're trying to promote that show. I think most of these girls go on the show and pay for cosmetic surgery. Yeah. Chelsea and Kwame there too. They can miss me with them. I don't care. Okay.
Were condoms not an option?
Jaw-dropping confrontations.
I thought we were on good terms, but
I guess Jessica finally gonna confront Chelsea.
I guess we're not.
In every single scandal,
Trevor come in looking sad like a puppy.
I'd like to hear what you have to say.
Chelsea, this your shining moment. This is the time for Chelsea to redeem herself. This is the one time you can go in and ain't nobody gonna feel bad. I mean, ain't nobody gonna make you feel bad. Ain't nobody gonna be mad at you. This is the time where you can go in and let him have it, Chelsea. I play it all the way up. You can even shed some tears if you want to, because you're easy to cry. Okay? This is your time, Chelsea. Don't waste it. Cause you can go in on Trevor and everybody gonna have your back with that, because he was dead wrong for coming on this show knowing he had a girlfriend. And I really, really, really hope they hold his feet to the fire. He deserves it. Trevor walked in his robes. Exactly. I hope everybody jump him a little bit. I really do. Oh, I forgot. Now, see, it don't do it when I want to do it. Anyway. Unpopular opinion, Johnny got married on TV so he wouldn't have to pay for a wedding. I hope he's not that cheap. I really do. As long as she doesn't do that T-Rex run and talk in that baby voice. Okay, is that it?
Watch together March 13th at 9 p.m. Eastern, 6 Pacific.
Only
I'm just glad they didn't do it live. I'm just glad they didn't do it live. I feel like reunions need to be pre-filmed, because when you're live, you're always trying to rush people and their answers. Like, I've been rewatching Survivor, And, you know, the lives are not as good as they could be because, you know, we have people rushing around. When you ask somebody a question, you trying to hurry and rush them through it. It's like, I hate that. Like, just record everything, edit it down to an hour or two, and then give it to us. Like, it ain't that deep for us to have to watch it live. And plus, the hosts are not even that good to be asking these questions to put them on their live. They're not even good on their feet. But aren't the two couples still dating now? Who? You talking about Clay and AD? Y'all, I'm gonna make sure y'all like the video. First of all, like the video. Second of all, make sure you check out my last review if you haven't already. And also, I did a review on Mia Culpa, Tyler Perry's latest movie, so make sure y'all check that out. They do not need to be hosting reality TV. They don't have the personality for it. I totally agree. But y'all, I was on here much longer than I planned to because I just love being on here with y'all. It's so fun. This live was really all over the place. It really didn't have any sort of order or structure, but I feel like sometimes those are the best lives. So shout out to everybody in here, and Clan AD and Jim. Oh yeah, they were spotted out. Yeah, we talked about that earlier. It's very sad, but yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this live, and I will see you in the next one. Okay, bye, good night, have a great night.